Hey ladies, it's Sheree with Lulu's Boutique Supply. Today is another business strategy video. I've done a few of these in the past, but now I'm just kind of ramped up to do another one because Lydia with Trendy Al just went live and did a video similar to this. And it just got me really excited and wanted to talk about it because she hit on so many awesome points, but her video is in a private group and not too many people were able to watch that. And so I'm just kind of going to reiterate some things she said, throw in a few other things that I wanted to add to that. And so if you see me looking down, it's because I made some notes because I'll forget talking points. Let me just start off though with saying that, like, I am not the professional top business, most successful, whatever. I'm just giving tips and tricks that I've learned throughout the years. I spit, that's cute. I've been in business for about 9 years, something like that. I can never remember. I think my daughter was about 2, so maybe like 8 years now. And I made a ton of mistakes business-wise, posting, how to post pictures and all that stuff, which I talk about in my other videos. I'm not going to talk about pictures and stuff like that this time, but I made a ton of mistakes then, and even still 8 years later I still make mistakes all the time. I'm human, I'm not perfect, but the tips and tricks I'm going to give you are things that have worked for me and things that I know work well for other people, and so hopefully they'll work for you. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is gaining new customers, which again, there is a whole video on gaining new customers, but I'm just going to kind of reiterate, I can't talk. I don't exactly remember what that video was, but I'll link it if you want to watch that one also. I might repeat myself. Hopefully I don't know. So when you want to, let's just talk about keeping a customer you already have. Let's say you have a pretty good fan base, even if it's small, you have a couple customers, whatever. You want to do whatever you can to keep the customer that you already have. And so when you think about how you're going to do that, hopefully you are thinking about how you're going to keep that one customer, not just owning new customers. Keeping a customer is more important than getting a new customer because word of mouth is such a big deal. So you need to start thinking about, what can I do to make myself stand out from the competition? What can I do to make myself stand out to this customer so that this customer remembers me? Not just whatever she ordered, just throw it in a bag and ship it, she got what she ordered. You need to make it a full experience for them. Make your packaging nice, throw in a business card, write a thank you note, throw in a small little accessory or freebie for them if you can afford it. Something to make it an experience so that when they open their package, they are wowed and they're like, I am definitely going to shop at that place again. So make it an experience for your customers so that they remember you. Will help you to keep existing customers, and it'll make the existing customer refer you to her friends and family. I specifically remember getting a package from Ashley with Bratty Co, something like that. I can't, Ashley Patterson. And I remember opening this package and I was so wowed by the beautiful tissue paper. Her business card was in there, there was a thank you note in there, and there was a care card in there with instructions on how to take care of the item that I had ordered from her. And it was just so beautiful and so well packaged that it really, I mean, I took pictures of the packaging because it was so gorgeous and I'll never forget it. And I've ordered from a few other people that have done that too. Rosalinda with Bax Creations, B-A-K-S, Bax Creations. She packages just like that. It's so beautiful. So always do whatever you can to stand out in the customer's eyes. So Lydia was talking a lot about ribbon resellers, and so what I'm going to talk about is going to kind of go with resellers, but kind of just for bow makers, bow sellers, and all that. 1 second. Cold coffee out of a Christmas cup. Anyways, the coffee is not for Christmas, just so you know. Anyways, so when thinking about how many bow makers are out there, how many ribbon resellers are out there, how many people are out there that are doing the exact same thing that you're doing, it could kind of wear you down and make you feel like, well, there's too much competition. Everybody's doing this. There's too many people fighting for these customers. And again, there's a video on how the bow market is not oversaturated and all that, but Stop worrying about what everyone else is doing and pay attention to you. If you do you and you make your own self stand out, not just in packaging, but in every way you possibly can, trying to find new ways to reach customers, trying to find new ways to get yourself to stand out, then people are going to want to buy from you. Making it personal was a huge thing. It's a huge thing that she talked about, and it's a huge thing that I always talk about, is making it personal. When I let my customers get to know me on a personal level, then they feel like they know me, and they kind of do, and they form relationships with me, and so they want to buy. And it's the same thing with you. When you let your customer get to know you and feel like they have a personal relationship with you, then they'll want to buy from you more often. Now, with that being said, you have to keep in mind that your customer is not your therapist. That is my favorite quote. I'm going to literally quote Lydia. Your customers are not your therapist. It's so awesome. I love that so much. Do not use your business as an outlet to complain, to tell all the bad things that happen to you in the day, how your husband was mean to you, how your electric bill is due, how you're not feeling good, or all this stuff. Occasionally I'll say, hey ladies, I'm not feeling well, or something like that, and just update them, but I will never use my business platform as a way to vent or complain to my customers, because nobody likes all that negativity. Literally, if I'm in a group and someone is so negative or complains all the time, I will leave, because it just brings you down. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I love that quote. Your vibe attracts your tribe, and it's absolutely true. Positive people want to be around positive people, and misery loves company. And so I don't want negative people in my group, and I don't want pessimistic people, and I don't want people that complain. I don't like being around that. I don't want to be like that. And so the more positive and upbeat I am, the more positive and upbeat customers will want to be around me, or watching my videos, or buying from me, and stuff like that. So keep in mind what you're posting. You want to be personal, but you don't want it to be negative things. My daughter is right here, and so I'm trying to stay focused and not paying attention to her. Do you want to go out? You want to stay? Okay. So the other thing is being consistent. You want to be consistent in posting. So, okay, so let's say you have not a huge fan base. You're getting a couple orders here and there. You want to make sure you are posting in your groups, your fan page, whatever, all of it, twice a day. So if you have a fan page and a group, twice a day on each. If you have just a group, twice a day. Whatever it is, at least twice a day, because the more consistent you are, first of all, it has to do with Facebook's algorithms. The more consistent you are, the more Facebook will allow your fans to be able to see your stuff. But also, your fans will realize that you're on the ball, you're engaged in the group, and they'll want to see what the next thing is, as long as your posts are engaging. So you want to ask questions in the group. You want to use cute little images, whatever it is. I feel like I look really weird. You want to use cute little images to ask your questions, not always just posting just the question. Like, go into PicMonkey or Canva or whatever it is, get a cute backdrop, and you write your post on that. So it's cute, it's colorful, it draws attention, and people want to look at it. Now, obviously, I'm talking to like mostly women, hopefully, because men, if you own a manly business, obviously you're not going to do something cute and girly like what I'm talking about. But the more engaging and eye-catching the poster is that you're using, the more people are going to respond to it. Post twice a day. Keep doing new things. So one thing that I've noticed is, so I've been going live once a week, every week for a year and 2 months, 3 months now. And so a lot of people go live now, and that's great. I encourage people to go live. You get a ton of sales that way. It's very, very personal. I love it, but that makes my competition even more, because so many more people are going live. My customers can go watch their live videos, and if they're they have the same stuff I do, or if they're just as funny as I am, or whatever it is, I'm not that funny, honestly, but whatever it is, they can just go purchase from them. So now I have to start getting my own strategy in my head of how I'm going to stand out from the crowd, what's going to make me different, my live sales different from the next person's live sales. So even if you're not going live, whatever it is you're doing, you need to be always thinking one step ahead. What am I going to do next to make myself stand out? What am I going to do next to be a one-up, above the game, above all the competition, so that people want to buy from me and not just anybody? And so with that also, You cannot just take a picture. I've said this like 5 gazillion times, and I'm going to keep on saying it. You cannot just take a picture. I mean, you can, but you're not going to get very many sales. Take a picture of your product, post it, put the price, and wait. That's not going to work. I guarantee you, if I were to make an album right now with all the kits that I sell every single week when I sell out of, but if I took pictures and made an album and left it, I might sell a couple, but I'm not going to sell out the way I do in the live sales or the way I do in the wall sales, because the live sales and the wall sales are so interactive and engaging. People are waiting to see the next thing. They're waiting to grab what's coming up. Now with an album though, if I were to ramp it up and say I'm going to have this big huge sale, you guys should look out for it, just like Jill does. Jill does album sales and she does amazing. She sells out all the time. But she ramps it up. She takes amazing pictures. She makes sure they're bright and colorful. She gives sneak peeks throughout the week saying this is what's going to be there, who's going to be there, don't miss out, and stuff like that. She gets her customers exciting, and that's how she sells out. Now, I would probably not be super successful at that. I don't know why. If I post pictures and put them in an album and leave them there, they'll just sit there forever. But if I go live or if I have a wall sale, and the difference is I post one kit at a time, I sell out every single time. So whatever you do, just figure out what you're going to do next to be ahead of the game, to stand out from the competition. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is don't worry about what everybody else is doing. You want to look to see what they're doing, just to kind of say, okay, what can I do better than that? What can I do better than what this person is doing? That's the only reason you actually want to look at your competition. No other reason. Besides doing that, just to compare yourself to say, what can I do that's better? You don't really want to pay attention to what they're doing, because as long as you're doing your own thing, you're getting your own ideas, you're being as creative as you possibly can, then you're going to succeed. And honestly, I use Pinterest a lot. If you go to Pinterest and look up marketing strategies, there's a ton of great ideas in there, and it'll help you grow your business. I actually have a board on my Pinterest that is for work and marketing, and I keep it private because I want to hog all my business ideas. I want to keep that for myself. I want to be able to go back and refer to those boards and get my ideas without everybody being able to go look and say, oh, she's going to do this, let me do this too. You got to do your own thing. Keep it private. Keep your things to yourself. But once you post it, if someone copies you, who cares? Who cares? It used to be a big deal. And in the bow world, it is like people make huge deals out of being copied, and it's annoying, it's frustrating, I totally get that, but as long as you're doing you, you have your own fan base and your customers are loyal to you and love you because you've been so consistent and so amazing in your business with them, nobody else will matter, even if they're copying you. I've talked about that before. Go watch the other videos. Okay, so let's talk about money. Money is something nobody ever wants to talk about, but it's something, like I said again, I'm just reiterating kind of what Lydia said, and it was so good that it needs to be out there in the world. She's talking about pricing. I absolutely hate talking about money, but this is so true. So whether you're a reseller or you're a bow maker, either way, you need to spend money to make money. There is not going to be any time in the world where you're going to be able to not put any money in and make money back. It's not going to happen. So no matter what you're doing, whether you're buying ribbon or whether you're selling ribbon or you're selling bows, whatever it is, I'm sorry, you can hear all the kids in the background playing. They're really loud. But if you buy your supplies in bulk, you're going to get a better price on what you're buying. 99% of the world is like this. So with Jazzy Lou Ribbons, with our company, if you buy ribbon from us, if you buy one spool, you're going to pay full price. But if you spend 100 yards, you're going to get a discount. If you spend 300 yards, you're going to get an even better discount. If you spend 500 yards, you're going to get an even better discount. So if you invest money in, it lowers the overall price so that when you sell, you can make more money. This is with any company you're buying from. Send them a message, say, hey, if I buy this in a larger quantity, can you give me a discount? I guarantee you, if you buy in a large enough quantity, they will give you a discount, and then you're going to make more money, more profit in the end. Some people are able to do that. I totally get it. You're starting out, you're new, this is a new thing, but as soon as you can, you want to be able to invest your money in order, there's a motorcycle driving by, oh my goodness, it's loud. Invest money in order to get the top dollar. Because you cannot compare yourself to someone else who's in the same business as you, because you don't know what prices they got. You don't know what kind of deals they got, so don't worry about their pricing. And anytime you go to sell something, you need to make sure you are charging at least double the amount that you paid. at least. I almost triple it when it comes to finished products and stuff like that, because you want to take into consideration your time. So Lydia was actually talking about ribbon, how everyone's selling at $1 a yard, and it really got me thinking, I think I'm gonna up my prices. And so I upped my prices a little bit for the last sale that I did, and not one person noticed, not one person complained, and it was awesome. And so because if I'm not selling jazzy ribbons, I am paying full price from other designers, and so I want to actually be making profit. If you're not actually making profit, then you do not own a business, you have a hobby. And that's one of the things that she said that I absolutely loved. If you're not making any profit, if you're not charging a reasonable price, a reasonable for you price, then you are not, you don't own a business, you own a hobby. So make sure that you are at least doubling your cost. And when you figure in your cost, you need to figure in the cost of the actual item, shipping, plus any fees that you may have paid. All of that before you consider how much you actually paid, and then double it and sell it. And anytime I do it, I double it and then round it up. So if it's like 63 cents, I'm going to say 70 cents or whatever. I just threw that number out there. So I always round it up just to make it more even, because I can't stand just random frilly numbers. Okay, so the last thing, this video is getting a little bit long, but the last thing I wanted to talk about are negative or difficult to deal with customers. If you own a business, at some point in your business career, you are going to come across negative and difficult customers. And I promise you, I have had my fair share of them. I'm not perfect. Again, let me reiterate, I make mistakes all the time. I just hope that when I do make a mistake, that my business in the past before that has been good enough that I'm able to correct my issue with the customer if I made a mistake, and make them happier than they even expected to be when they left. Now, sometimes you can't please the customer. Sometimes you're going to have a negative customer that you cannot make happy. And sometimes that's all you can do. If you have done everything that you know you can do, and the person is just being more and more and more difficult, just end it. That's all you can do, because you need to focus on the good customers, on the customers that are positive, on the customers that support you and uplift you and encourage you, and not the ones that bring you down, the ones that are negative, the ones that are difficult. I'm not saying don't deal with a difficult customer, because sometimes they just had one bad day or a bad moment, and they can come back later and apologize, or maybe you had a bad moment and you can go apologize. I would actually encourage you to always be the first one to apologize, even if you weren't the wrong one. I struggle with not really trusting people. I guess that's just how I was raised, just not trusting people. So when people come to me and tell me sob stories and stuff like that, I don't always feel sorry for them. Now, if it's someone who's been a long-time loyal customer and it's one issue comes up and it's something sad, that's totally different. I'm talking about when it's like the same person over and over and over again, and it's always something bad happens. It's hard for me personally to continue to feel bad for them, because I feel like, and I may be way off base here, I don't know. I just feel like you can control your own happiness. If you are a happy person and you have joy in your life, then you should be able to control that, even if you're going through something negative. You can have sad moments, sad things happen, and that you totally deserve time to grieve or time to be in a bad mood and stuff like that. But come out of that. Do whatever you can to come out of that. And I totally just got off subject, but difficult customers, they're out there. Do whatever you can to make them happy. And if you've tried multiple times and you're not able to, just move on. Keep your business joyful, keep it upbeat, encouraging, and optimistic, and you will be successful. So I think that's all that I have written down. This video is a little bit longer than I plan on it being, so sorry for all the rambling. But if you have any questions or want to talk about anything that maybe I didn't talk about, just feel free to leave them in the comments and ask. And I love you all so much. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Like I said, I'm going to try to post a video every single Sunday. I'm going to hold myself accountable to that. Hopefully y'all will hold me accountable to that. I'm going to do my absolute best. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see. I love you. Bye.